Wireframes are drawings of a user interface. Wireframe tools make it possible for non-coders to specify the layout and features of a user interface. In some software development organizations, wireframes are a key part of how user interface is specified to software developers. In some contexts, wireframes are useful, but in many cases they encourage an imprecise description of a task. The problem is that user interface is not functionality, and functionality can be implemented independently of user interface. Software developers understand this is so, but many other kinds of participants in a project may mistake a drawing of a user interface for a complete enough specification of desired functionality. An API can be considered a set of verbs and data they manipulate, the nouns that make up a software system's functionality. An alternative way of understanding system functionality and exposing it in ways that are friendly to a non-coder is to use an API gateway's API design features. Using tools that enable an API to be specified, documented, and even simulated can enable non-coders to understand the data model and the actions that can be performed on the data in a software system. This, in turn, leads to the understanding of what is behind the elements of a user interface, and that the details of the user interface are insufficient to describe system functionality. An alternative to using API sandboxes to specify functionality is to use database schemas. However, the tools to make this approachable to non-coders are not as approachable as API sandboxes. In a variant of Agile called the Scaled Agile Framework, the problem of more precisely specifying functionality incorporates the use of Unified Modeling Language, or UML, to enable non-coders to understand and even specify functionality. This use is also referred to as Agile modeling. UML, however, never became widely used, mainly due to complexity, and that is why it is not part of most people's toolkit.